The Prismatic subclass has allowed for us to finally start dipping our toes into experimental builds. This build is no doubt one of them, and it's one that I had in my mind for a while now, so I experimented with it. This is the results. The mixture that you're seeing in the background is a combination of the Something New hand cannon from Solstice and the Tommy's Matchbook auto rifle from the Exotic Kiosk. But really, any weapon combination works. You're about to see a separate weapon combo using a Stasis scout rifle. And it's beautiful because any combination of weapons, grenades, melees, and even the super could truly change up how you play this. It can be an aggressive close range, defensive long range, or just a pseudo 3v1 if you want to. I think you guys get the general gist of the weapons. I guess it's time we start getting into the actual subclass and how that all meshes together. So this is the build that I came up with. For abilities, it's a mixture of Phoenix Dive, Incinerator Snap, and Cold Snap Grenade. Phoenix Dive because it allows you to get out of a sticky situation in the air super quickly, while also healing yourself and giving your teammates some health as well. Incinerator Snap allows you to challenge around corners and in tight locations by instantly scorching targets and also disorienting them somewhat. And on top of that, it also is very good in assisting with Tommy's Matchbook to get an ignition. And Cold Snap Grenades are very good when used with Facet of Command, because not only do you freeze targets, you also instantly reload your weapons while using it. For aspects, I prefer Bleak Watcher because it allows you to lock down a location or use them aggressively to detect if enemies are there and challenge at the same time as the turret. Helion is also very good to give you an extra method of damage, as well as scorching, leading to ignitions possibly. As for fragments, as previously mentioned, Facet of Command, but I also think Facet of Protection and Facet of Ruin are very good, as Facet of Protection gives you an extra boost to damage resistance when there are multiple enemies nearby, and Facet of Ruin increases your ignition damage and shatter damage. For super, any of the two supers for Solar and Stasis are very good. Winter's Wrath is my preferred super, but if you prefer Song of Flame, that is perfectly fine. As for the exotic armor piece, I am running the Osmiomancy gauntlets, which are very, very good with Cold Snap Grenades, as not only does it give you 2, it also improves their performance and allows them to track further. And I don't think it's much of a secret anymore how absolutely broken Cold Snaps with Osmiomancy gauntlets are. I mean, just look at the following clips that are coming up here. You will understand why this build is a nightmare. I briefly mentioned before that you can use Incinerator Snap as a utility tool, but I don't think I fully went into it, and I think these background clips sort of emphasize the ideas that I put out. You can use it as a way to quickly finish an enemy. You can use it in a small room with a group of enemies to deal mass damage to a group. You can use it in some sort of tandem with your cold snaps to deal damage over time while your enemy can't move. Or if an enemy catches you off guard, you could just snap and it will do massive amounts of damage to them while allowing you to refocus on that enemy more calmly. And the fact that the projectiles can also track towards enemies really helps you deal as much damage to an enemy as possible in as short a time as possible. All of this combined into a single build is absolutely a nightmare for most enemies to deal with, and you'll end up hitting moments exactly such as this.
By a team that fights together, stays together.